Hello, everyone. This is Gandare here at MLG Anaheim, and with me is Xeris, plays for Fnatic.MSI, and he plays Protoss. Protoss is pretty cool. Played out here in the open bracket. How'd you feel about the way it played?
Really bad. I played, like most of my teammates played against Diamond people for the first like 3 rounds, and I had to play Lash Shadow, who's a fairly known player. And I lost. And then first round of losers bracket, I played Slayer's Alicia, and I lost. And that was pretty much the end of that. So I was like eliminated like 30 minutes total of playing StarCraft 2. It was an awesome experience.
Wow. I can't think of getting worse luck than that. That's brutal. I just hold on. I have Bandito, hold this. Okay, you get a gold star for effort. Because, like, yeah, you had to deal with that all day, so you get a gold star.
Thank you.
It's I hope that consolation prize is because that's all I got. I spent all my money getting here.
Fair enough.
But now with your play being unfortunate, how'd the rest of the team fare?
Also mostly unfortunate, except for Rain, who's actually a baller. Rain made it through the open bracket, and he's 4-0 in his group, so he's looking to get first place. And if he gets first, he's top 6 guaranteed. So that's awesome. Everyone else did pretty poorly, but it's kind of like the luck of the draw, I guess. Open bracket's really tough, so it's really like sometimes you'll do well, sometimes not. Quairas, TT1, and Phoenix all got eliminated in round 5 or earlier. So, I mean, my evening hasn't been that exciting, just mostly because there's only one guy to follow rather than 4. So, yeah, it's kind of so-so, I guess.
Now it's really exciting to have Rain out here and to have a lot of other players that based in Korea or anything like that, and that seems to be one of the topics that's been going around right now. With FXO playing in Korea, and then various Europeans were going to go over there too, and Liquid OGS have had their thing. Are there any plans for Fnatic to get involved in the Korea scene at all?
Not entirely. I guess I personally don't really agree with the like complexity and SK getting sort of mercenaries. I don't particularly like that because it's those players aren't really going to interact with the team and be a part of the team atmosphere and stuff. Rain, for example, actually moved to the U.S. We talk to him on Skype every day. He practices English with us. All of that stuff so it's like a little bit of a different experience rather than getting mercenaries. I love the OGSTL thing. For example, what was the other one? FXO getting FOU. I love that as well because it's actually trying to incorporate Koreans into a team rather than just have a Korean wear your shirt. As far as Fnatic's plans with Korea, we're not really going to do sort of a partnership like that. If a Korean player is available that's really good and that fits with the team, I might look at it. We might send the team to Korea at the end of the year or early January to compete in a GSTL. That's sort of something that's being talked about right now, but nothing definite. In terms of that, I really enjoy the fact that Koreans are sort of mingling with the foreign community. I think it will sort of stimulate growth in skill level. If basically, Koreans are excluded from events, there's no real motivation or incentive for the non-Korean players to step up their game, basically. So, like the NASL has a lot of Koreans, and Season 1 saw a lot of the foreign players in it get replaced by Korean players, and I think that's kind of like a message to the non-Korean players that they really need to start doing better. Otherwise, the Koreans are just going to take everyone's money.
And speaking of the NASL, Season 2 coming up, Season 1... amazing. I watched the NASL from week 1, day 1, all the way on. Minus, I missed a little bit in weeks 7 and 8. Now, that you guys had a great run. A lot of great games. A lot of games. It was nice being able to come home, see that you guys were just broadcasting, because I knew that, like, reliably I could come home, and there was something that I wanted to watch, guaranteed, right there. And I watched you go from, audio issues and, player scheduling and things like that, all the way up to this awesome production which then turned into audio issues again, but then turned into an awesome production. Are we going to skip that first phase and go straight into the awesome production? Because I'm really excited to see what NASL Season 2 holds.
I'm really excited too. I definitely think that a lot of those problems are resolved. Pretty much 99% of them should be resolved by now. Obviously, from day one to day whatever the last day was of Season 1, it's kind of been like recognizing a problem, fixing it, and making sure that the next day we came back better. And I think, the finals is like a perfect microcosm of the season in terms of Friday we had issues, Saturday we fixed them, Sunday was even better, things like that. So definitely everything has been kind of a step up. Obviously, everyone's learning as they go along. The first LAN event was the first LAN event. The next LAN event will be obviously better. Just for example, look at MLG Dallas to MLG Columbus. Yeah. Look at the stark changes there. I think you can definitely expect very similar things in terms of improvement. Obviously, with experience, everyone's going to get better, and I definitely think that everyone's really excited about it. We have a great crew. We have a really good team of people working on it, and so I think that you're going to see really good games. We have a lot more players too. Good players like MVP, sorry, not MVP, Marine King Prime, Polt Prime, check. Pretty much, every single day, as you said, you're going to be watching some, S-class players playing, and I think that's really the key that you want to focus on.
That's definitely my favorite thing about it, is being able to know that there's just quality right there on a daily basis. And one of the things that I'm always curious about, about producers and broadcasters is, out of all of the NASL Season 1, if you had to pick a best moment and worst moment, not necessarily from the public's point of view, whether, it's like you had some crazy, computer issue that no one knew about or something like that. Just what do you think was the best moment and the worst moment of all NASL Season 1?
The best moment for sure for me was, Sunday in the finals. Just hearing the crowd was probably the best moment for me because, a lot of us back there, went through the whole weekend barely sleeping and making sure that everything was good. And then, hearing the crowd on Sunday was kind of a vindication of, all the effort that we put in for, 4, 5, 6 months making the project happen. It was kind of like, we finally did it kind of thing. So that was definitely the best moment. The worst moment was probably staying at the studio until 4 a.m. and then trying to helping with editing, and then trying to drive home and realizing that all the major freeways leading back to my house were closed for repairs. So I had to take local streets back home one night, and I didn't end up getting home until 5:36, and then at 8 I was back on the road heading back the next day. So that was probably the worst moment.
Wow, that's wow. Well, I hope you carry some fortune with you on your next trip, because you seem to have run out once in a while. But you're going to get reloaded on that, come back for NASL Season 2, and I look forward to seeing you entertain us even more.
Thank you, man.